Happy Thanksgiving, Rocky Roadsters.
Gobble, gobble.
We're very thankful. Oh my gosh. We're very thankful for you. I'm thankful for Kristin. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving and just some fun stuff that we are doing and some traditions, and that's about it.
Good food. Cranberry sauce in a can.
Yep. I don't eat cranberry sauce.
At
actually.
all? Why?
No. I don't like it. I think it's too tarty.
Oh, see, I like sour and tart and things like that.
Soury. Tarty.
I literally put cranberry sauce. If I could put, this is going to sound disgusting. I'm probably going to gross people out. But if I could put a bed of cranberry sauce on the plate and then put my meal on it, I would. Actually, why can't I?
You need therapy.
Don't we all? Plug.
That's gross. Disgusting. Yeah, if you wonder why you need that, tune back to a couple episodes ago when we discussed why therapy is important.
There you go. Oh my gosh. Yeah. What is your typical Thanksgiving look like, or is there a typical one?
I would. There can be yes and no. So I think for me for Thanksgiving, first of all, this may not sit well with many people, but I am not a huge person for holidays. Like these types of holidays are just not my favorite thing. I like Thanksgiving and Christmas. Thanksgiving, not so much, but Christmas is so stressful for me. Like it's not enjoyable. So
do you think it got more stressful after your daughter? Like, do kids make it more stressful?
No, I've just always kind of been that way. We'll talk about Christmas in our Christmas episode. Tune in a couple weeks for that one. But Thanksgiving, I don't know. I'm just not. I just feel like. I don't feel like holidays can be quite so genuine. Like I wish, my thing is like, I would love for my family to get together on a random Saturday in August and have a great time together than saying we have to get together on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Like we have to.
That's true.
So then that stresses me out because it's like, we're doing this because we have to, not because we want to. So boo me, call me a Grinch. Whatever.
No, so I was just talking. I had brunch with my mom this morning, and I think for the first time I told her, because we were talking about holiday plans and like our holiday this year looks different than it ever has. And I told her specifically, I was like, I think I love Thanksgiving more than Christmas. Because people think that Christmas is this big, but the whole thing for me is, well, first of all, my birthday is always within a couple days of Thanksgiving, so that's fun. Because then I kind of
birthday.
Yay! Turning 99 years old. I feel like it. But I don't have to like plan something because I get to see my family for around my birthday, and that's really special to me. But also, I think the stakes, like you were saying, the stakes are a little bit lower, where the only expectation for Thanksgiving is let's all have an awesome meal together. And if it stinks and we have to order takeout, then it's a cool story. And it is what it is. Whereas Christmas, there's all sorts of different expectations and what's the gift limit and who's getting what for who, and oh my gosh, that was sold out when I tried it, and sibling rivalry and cousins fighting, and siblings together that only like adult siblings together that might not get together that often, so there's always some sort of family something or other. Whereas Thanksgiving, I think the pressure's off, at least in my experience.
Makes sense. I also don't come from a very big family, so my Thanksgiving really doesn't look much different than a meal in July on a Saturday. So other than the actual food on the table and maybe like some decorations. But one thing that is cool, I guess, interesting. I feel like interesting is like my word of the podcast. Everything is always interesting.
Interesting.
One thing that's
wild a lot, so we can both have our own words, wild and interesting.
Honestly, that's the theme of the podcast. Let's just put it that way. I think for me, my family has always, not always, but for many years has done Thanksgiving on Black Friday. So again, it's another one of those things that actually works in the benefit of me having been divorced from Reagan's dad, is that he can have her for Thanksgiving and it doesn't affect anything. And then I can have her for the day after Thanksgiving and she gets to have Thanksgiving with our family. So it really works out for us. I think the original intent of it all happening, that we started it on Fridays, was because anybody who was married within my family, like aunts, uncles, cousins, whoever, anybody that was married could go to their significant other's family's house on Thanksgiving Day. And it was never like a split day. My family is definitely more quality time. They want to spend the time with the person, not saying that, oh, we saw you on Thanksgiving Day. So always putting it on Friday, the day after, seemed to work because then there was really no excuse unless somebody had to work or something, which was rare, that they couldn't come on Friday. So we're doing that again this year. So my Thanksgiving is Friday, which is your birthday.
Yay.
And not Thursday. So Thursday I will have a Thanksgiving spent with some other people and be able to do something. But my actual family's Thanksgiving is on Friday. So
yeah,
it's worked for a while. I don't Black Friday shop.
I don't know anybody with, I don't know who would in their right mind go willingly and be part of the melee. But someone actually brought something up. It's like, what if that's the only opportunity that a family has to like get a computer for their kid for school or something? And like, it's those deals sometimes that they have to go. So I can understand that part. But people just going for the sake of going and like being part of the madness, what we used to do actually is we would go on a hike because we would do Thanksgiving dinner and we would stay at my parents' house. And then, or like if we went to, more typically we would go to grandma and grandpa's house down in Maryland in Hacks Point. They've now sold that house because grandpa passed not a couple years ago, but oh my gosh, how long has it even been? Wow. It's been a while, I guess. And then grandma sold the house recently. So that was our commune area. You know, everyone would just travel to grandma's. So then it was like 2 hours away. So then we would sleep at my parents' house. And then Black Friday, the whole joke was like, all right, let's go on a hike because we all feel super sluggish and tired and let's get some blood moving. So we would go on a family like Black Friday hike, which I always loved because there wasn't usually a lot of people out there.
Right. Everyone was at Walmart or Best Buy.
For sure.
I love that idea. That's really cool.
That's
a cool little tradition. Yeah. I've never been one to get up first thing in the morning. I actually did go Black Friday shopping a few times, but I went in the afternoon. And I think now Black Friday is really Black Week because Black Friday sales start Mondays now. They go for a whole week. Then you have Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
The Black Friday deals are Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So they're really, I don't know. I just don't see, I've never found a deal that I wanted bad enough that I had to be up at 5 a.m. and fight
wait in line
a
for 6 hours.
Stampede, right?
Stampedes can get pretty stompy, so.
That's true, yeah. I guess it could be either. But Thanksgiving, okay, what's your favorite food that you eat?
I like the veggie sides. Like I made this. Don't roll your eyes at me. Don't roll your eyes at me. I do like. So I made this mixture, like in the sweet potatoes. I just love myself some roasted veggies. Like at my wedding, I didn't have any of the carbs. I had a plate full of veggies, a piece of chicken that was dry and gross, and the really good beef that everybody loves. So thank goodness I tried that. It was mostly vegetables though. I had salad and mostly veggies. And I just, not that I don't like the proteins, but I think a lot of times the turkey is overhyped. And I'll do like a little bit of turkey, but like the gravy, the roll, the sweet potato, and the veggies with the cranberry sauce, obviously. Just, yeah.
I don't go for like veggies unless it's a casserole, like a green bean casserole or a broccoli casserole. That's amazing. I go for the sweet potatoes. That's it. Big, huge amount of sweet potatoes. That's really it.
With brown sugar, cinnamon,
and a little bit of marshmallow.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
Hey, we can agree to disagree.
I don't love the marshmallow thing.
Then let's talk about who's actually in therapy and who's not. Okay. So
that was a
little zinger there.
Zingy like cranberry sauce, all right?
Okay, all right.
For someone who doesn't like cranberry sauce, you're getting a little tart.
It's got to come somewhere, you know? Come from somewhere. Okay. Oh my gosh. Moving on. Okay. So, yes, that's the best food. I'm not a cake person. I'm not a huge pie person, but I do love some ice cream. So,
like apple crumble and ice cream.
Yes. Oh,
that's
my gosh.
One.
Like warm apple crumble with some ice cream. Great dessert.
With that awesome, like kind of like coffee cake crumble topping. But it's got it. Yeah. The ice cream is definitely the selling point on that one.
Yeah, for sure. Those are amazing. So good. I don't know. I don't hate the holidays. I just am
Mhm.
not a huge yay, it's Christmas. Honestly, best part of the
Mhm.
holidays for me is that I have days off from work. That's it.
True.
And you
Mhm.
don't even have that
Yeah,
except for
true.
actual Thursday. But
Yeah, well, I kind of made myself. Well, that's because some of my contracts are like in schools and things like that, and the schools are closed. So
that's true.
I'm actually working all day on like Friday, which is my birthday, and then Saturday, which is that day after. And just because it's not necessarily financially worth it for me to try to move all those clients and then end up with canceled sessions.
Right.
And like the birthday, like you're saying, the birthday or the Thanksgiving day or the actual anniversary of something sometimes can be very, very important. But for those specific things, like I really don't care about my birthday. I don't really plan anything for my birthday. I almost never do because it feels weird
Ew.
to me for to be like, "Hey, come and celebrate me." But I know some people they love it and they're like they want it as an excuse to basically just be with people they love, and I completely understand that as well.
For sure.
But I sometimes feel guilty asking people to do things on a really hectic week anyway.
That's true. I can understand
So,
that. And there's a lot of family, there's a lot of traveling. I
mhm.
would say one of my things that I wanna do is spend Thanksgiving or Christmas somewhere else. I think I've spent both at home all the
Yeah.
time.
My 21st birthday was on Thanksgiving in Mexico. So, my parents had, like, I guess that was
Wow.
a silent auction or something, and they got this, like, this stay at I can't remember where in Mexico. I It was obviously over 10 years ago. Oh gosh. Um, but we traveled down Thanksgiving week. I guess, I don't remember why specifically was that, but that was the year that I was turning 21 on Thanksgiving Day, and so I don't even know what we did for dinner. I don't think we like, obviously, there wasn't turkey, but, like, we went out for, like, a nice dinner in Mexico and had, like, really, really good tacos during the day. We had a bunch of frozen blended things when it was hot out, and my sister and I went dancing and
Little umbrellas in them.
yeah, there you go. It was a kind of a cool Thanksgiving, though, because again, it was just, like, the 4 of us. It was my mom, my dad, and my sister and I. And, it was just a fun little vacation week.
Yeah, some of my favorite holidays are the non-traditional ones
Mhm.
where something has happened. Like, I can talk about this in the Christmas episode too, but there was one Christmas where we all got snowed in and
Ugh,
things
oh,
this is like a little, like, pre thing into that Christmas,
mm,
and I'll never forget that
mhm,
Christmas. But typically Thanksgiving and Christmas, like I like traditional things, that's great to a certain degree, but I also love adventure. So to me,
mhm.
knowing that Thanksgiving you get a 4-day weekend or 5-day weekend depending on
Yeah,
where you work and what you do, I would love to go somewhere, like
mhm.
fly out. And I know it's the busiest travel time of year for
Yeah,
Thanksgiving,
something about,
but
like, the day before and that weekend at like, that Sunday, it's always
the
bonkers crazy.
busiest. But I just love that. I'm one that would be very happy and content to spend Christmas in a hot tropical climate
Yeah,
than
I think that could
to
be
be
fun.
at home in a snowed in fireplace lit
Mm.
cold house. I guess it'd be warm if the fireplace was lit, but
Yeah.
I just like adventure. I like something different and a change,
Mhm,
and, we could have
mhm,
a dinner and cook turkey and sweet potatoes on October 24th if we want to, and,
mhm. Well, that's
you know
something that you were saying, the offset days, like, with, different families. My One of my mom's branches of the family, they used to do it in mid-January, and so it's
Mm,
after all the and we could actually spend the whole afternoon together because nobody was rushing off to do anything else.
right.
So, does your
Makes
family
sense.
ever do, like, a really do they have any weird things that they do, like, something that they do during dinner or, like, Uncle Barry always, like, goes streaking down the neighborhood? Like, there's always something weird that happens.
Wow, how'd you know that?
I Do you have an Uncle Barry?
No. It'd be really funny if I did, though.
Oh, yeah, that would be.
Um,
You know my secret.
I think one thing we do sometimes is, we go to my brother went to a different high school than I do, and we go to his,
Mhm.
football game
Mhm.
in the
Yeah.
morning and watch that. Sometimes it's 20 degrees out, sometimes the team's really bad, so we don't go those years,
Mhm.
but that's about it. And I wouldn't say anything really crazy, no funny traditions or anything.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward, I would say, just a
Mhm.
good meal with family, getting together, um Sometimes my family would play a board game after dinner.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of depends on how full people are.
Mhm.
And
That's
if
true.
people do need to go to other houses or, with Friday, we travel out of town, out of
Mhm.
the area, so then you have to travel home, so there's only so much you can do when you're farther away, but it's nice to get out and to have somebody else host it and to go to
Yeah.
someone's house, and so, yeah, pros and
Yeah.
cons, I think, to everything, but no crazy family traditions for us.
Mhm.
What about you?
Yeah. Oh, we sometimes Christmas and Thanksgiving dinners meld together because 'cause they're at the same house with most of the same people, but we do this at
Right.
both, but we do, like, a game of telephone or Whisper Down the Lane.
Oh, nice.
I think one year, like, people weren't really, like, talking or something, or, like, the adults weren't talking to the kids, and we were, like, in separate tables, and someone was like, "Let's play Whisper Down the Lane," and then we did it every single year. I don't remember when it started because we were all, like, probably in middle school or something, and, of course, like, at that point, everyone makes it either inappropriate or makes it so grandma has to say something weird or like, but it's funny because the kids would change it, but then by the time it got around the adult side of the table, like, it was just so convoluted, and it never I'm talking 20 people around this table. It never got back to what it was really supposed to, and sometimes grandma would shout inappropriate things because she didn't realize what she was saying, and just, like, it was just one of those things that at dinner, we play Whisper Down the Lane. Everybody giggles because grandpa would always say it really loud into grandma's ear, and she still couldn't hear it, and then would shout it to the person next to her. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
that sounds
good.
hilarious. That
Yeah.
never works. You never get actually what was said the first time
Well, that's the
to the
point.
end.
Like,
Right,
it's
yeah,
just like, let's
it's
see
just a
how
funny game.
convoluted this could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Uh
funny. And then sometimes we would start Christmas carols after dinner
Oh, wow.
because we're like,
Jump
"It's
right into the
time."
holiday season.
Yeah, and naturally, guess who brought the guitar? Um,
Uh, I wonder. Uncle
yeah.
Barry.
Uncle Barry. I'm gonna meet myself in Uncle Barry, and I'm gonna be like, "Wow, you are a character."
That's funny. That'd be great. I
Yeah.
think my family's also in a pretty long-term transition too, because my grandparents, some have passed away,
Mhm.
and there's not a lot of little kids in the family. So there's still at this
Yeah.
point, we don't have 15 cousins gathering together and a bunch of little kids playing that haven't seen each other. Um, it just tends to be like a visit as any other visit would be.
Mhm.
So
True.
we'll see how Thanksgivings evolve and change as my parents become the matriarch and patriarchs of the family, and
Yeah.
more littles and stuff are added to it. We'll see. So, um,
I mean, kids change a lot, especially with I think and this is another thing I've been talking to with some family members is figuring out, like, what Cody and my traditions are gonna be and how we're gonna make sure that, like, our family, which is now just me and him and Arthur, starting this year saying, "This is what our family will do." Like, set the
right.
precedent. Fun thing is that I've been, like, deathly ill during a lot of holidays the past couple years, so I don't get to do anything on them,
Thank
and so
you,
the precedent has
COVID.
been Kristen's homesick. So, this year we really kinda get to set that expectation for ourselves, what we want. With his job, he works most holidays, so we're
Right.
probably gonna have a Thanksgiving dinner with the leftovers that I bring back from where I'm going on, like, Sunday or something, and so he and I might have a Thanksgiving thing, just he and I, a couple days after, and that's fine because you know, it's our nice
Thanksgiving
little
leftovers are always better
oh
the
my god,
second day.
absolutely. They're so
Amazing.
good. Um,
Yes.
but fun little fact, I'm actually, this is the first year that I'm going to go to my birth family for Thanksgiving. It just
Yeah.
kinda
I'm
happened
excited to
to
hear
be
about
that
it.
way. It's gonna be wild. I don't think grandma and grandpa know I'm coming.
Oh,
I think I told my mom just to keep it quiet because I didn't know for sure what the plan was with Cody's work schedule and all that, but let's just all imagine a bunch of loud Italians and Arthur in a house with a bunch of food. It's just gonna be it's
that's
gonna be
going
a
to
lot
be
of fun.
very different.
I haven't done holidays with them at all.
So that's your mom's actual birthday, your birth mom's birthday, right?
No, hers is the day
Oh,
after
the
mine.
day after.
Hers
Okay.
is
Gotcha.
Saturday, but I
Gotcha.
guarantee there will be some sort of cake. Like,
Right.
it's gonna happen just because
Of
we're both
course.
there, and they're gonna make which understandably, like, they're gonna make some big hoopla about they still call me the baby, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm turning 33. But, they still say, like, "The baby's here," and, like, they make a big deal, which I appreciate and love every time I am able to be there. And so I can imagine like the baby's first birthday. Like they haven't celebrated a birthday in their home with me,
Right.
which I don't think I can yet wrap my head around
That's
how
crazy.
they're gonna feel doing that. I'm just like, yeah, great, I get to see family.
Yeah.
But
But
like,
it's like your first holiday that you actually spend with your birth
yeah,
family.
like they
That's
missed
crazy.
21 of them, so
Right.
I can imagine it's gonna be I'm glad that I get to go. I'm sad that Cody has to work, and I'm sad that we won't be able to have, like, our first family Thanksgiving together, but,
Right.
um, I get the first family Thanksgiving with someone that I haven't had it with yet, so
So new traditions.
Hmm.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's fun. New traditions, things always changing. So obviously we are thankful for the Rocky Road listeners. We're
Absolutely.
obviously thankful for where the podcast has taken us through all of the ups and downs, all of them, from May when we released, but really since January, since we started recording. So we're almost a year into
Yeah.
recording. So we're thankful for that. But tell me 2 things that you're also thankful for
Mm.
personally. You had a big year too,
I
with getting married and
Oh my gosh, it's been a wild year. Um, I am thankful for I was thinking about this earlier today. A small collection of people, but most specifically Cody, obviously, who are able to ground me and kind of bring me back to earth with all of the like. It's been an exciting year, but it's been a rough year emotionally, and even more recently, the past couple of weeks, I've been dealing with some pretty heavy emotions and a lot of stuff I've been trying to process through. And just to have a husband who is able to help me prioritize and say, "Listen, it's you and me, honey." We got this and kind of center me is really wonderful. And I mean, in general, I'm just thankful to be in a place right now where I can consider like, oh, what are we going to do with the house? And when are we booked a honeymoon and like being able to have that,
Mhm.
to be able to do that. Whereas like, even when we first met, things like that just weren't an option and things like that weren't going to be a consideration. Like there's no vacation. No, you just got to work your tuchus off until you get yourself out of this credit card debt hole and figure out how to start paying your student loans and all this stuff. And now we've gotten like, we have a home, we have a marriage, we have a fluffy dog, and we have like some pretty cool dreams that we have in the next year. And so just to have that, um, it's honestly a privilege just to be able to say I'm in a place in life to move forward and
Start
have
a new
some
chapter.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's New Year's. That's a New Year's episode.
Oh, yeah. We can publicly state all of the resolutions that we'll forget by February.
Right, exactly. Yes.
Oh.
So me, I'm thankful
Mm.
for just having, um my gosh, it's been a crazy year too for me.
Mhm.
I I'm thankful for the so for some clarity in some things.
Mm.
I'm thankful for some freedom in some ways.
Mhm.
I'm thankful for the visibility of stability coming ahead. I'm thankful for ending the year on my feet, and I'm thankful for just really good friends that have shown a lot of really strong loyalty. And kind of like you, people that have just really supported me and been there for me and encouraged me along a very difficult year. In really every area of my life, I have been stretched this year. So
Mm.
I'm very grateful for um, just where I'm at and where I'm headed. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun close out to 2022. The next couple of
Mhm.
weeks, remain thankful and just thanking God for everything He did give and provide and
Mhm.
protection and safety and blessings and closed doors and open doors and um, just really opening areas that I need to grow in myself and work on in myself and um, yeah, just having like healthy family and trying to not take advantage of that. So
Mhm. Mm.
yeah, a
That was a
lot of
long
things.
list.
It was a long list. It
Yeah.
was a little longer than I thought it was going to be.
It's like, "You thought about this."
Apparently, I
Well,
guess I did.
I mean, I think right now too, it's we always used to go around the circle and say, "What are you thankful for?" And someone would be like, "I'm thankful for stuffing," and like some smart aleck. But I think it's important just to say, "Hey, I thought I was thinking about this a lot during like COVID when everything was really stressful. I thank God that I breathe my first breath every morning, and just to say it's just a privilege to be alive." And
Mhm.
I think that tough year in general in a lot of ways. Lots of beautiful things happen, lots of hard things happen on for so many people and not just
Yeah.
like so much socially is happening and it's just a cluster. But being able to say if we can dial it back and say thank you God for breath. Thank you God for opening my eyes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and a lot of areas that, again, this kind of ties into a New Year's episode, but as we're kind of closing out 2022, like a lot of areas that I've prayed in January for
Mhm.
help
Mhm.
in, and I've got that this year in
Mhm.
ways that I definitely didn't expect, in better ways than I expected.
Mhm.
Um, and so, yeah, I just think I feel like this year was a good year to just get back on the tracks from
Mhm.
some derailments in certain
Mhm.
areas of life, professionally, personally, and just trying to figure out how to really continue moving forward and seeing that light at the end of the tunnel, or
Mhm.
a new light, I guess, to a new tunnel
Mhm.
is encouraging. So
Mhm.
thankful. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving,
I hope you do too.
and we will touch base again after this week and start back with our episodes to close out season 2. By the end
Mhm.
of 2022, you'll hear all of our interviews
Ugh, so
completed
many
for
good ones. Like, there's
there
so many
are
good ones that we just haven't been able to and that's another thing. We've been a little wonky in, like, wedding season and all this, like, time has just, like, eluded us. So we're a little
Mhm.
behind on some of the episodes and some of the postings, but, like, thanks for hanging in there. Um, I actually listeners, if you're still with us, I wanna hear about your weird Thanksgiving traditions. So on the post when we share, this episode, comment, I want to hear the weirdest thing that happens at your family house or your
Yes.
friend house, wherever you have your Thanksgiving, because everyone's always got a fun story, and I'd love to be able to share some, and maybe we'll even share some pictures of our family days and kind of what's going on with us on Thanksgiving. So keep an eye out for that.
Yep. What is your weirdest family tradition? And we love you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.